The story begins with Kate, who is pursuing a PhD in astronomy at Michigan State University. One night, while observing space through her telescope, she notices an unknown comet that has never been seen before. She becomes extremely excited because she is about to become the first person to discover it. She immediately tells her professor, Mindy, and together they begin researching the comet. But when they calculate its trajectory, they discover something terrifying. The comet is enormous and heading directly toward Earth. If it collides with the planet, it will completely wipe out life on Earth. To confirm their findings, they inform NASA and head there. At NASA, they meet Teddy, the Planetary Defense Coordination Officer, whose job is to monitor threats like this. After arriving at NASA headquarters, the calculations are verified. The comet will strike Earth in exactly 6 months and 14 days. This means the extinction of life on Earth. The group immediately heads to the president's office. However, nobody there is willing to take them seriously. Everyone treats the situation like a joke. After waiting for a long time, they are finally allowed to meet the president. Her son Jason is also present in the room. They explain that a massive comet is heading toward Earth and that its impact will destroy all life. But the president refuses to take the warning seriously because her attention is focused entirely on the upcoming elections. She says that nothing like that is going to happen and that if it were true, she would have already known about it. Still, she tells them to wait for a call and says the government will decide what to do next. Hearing this makes them furious, but they have no choice except to leave. Afterward, Teddy suggests using the media. He tells Mindy and Kate that he has already spoken to some media contacts and that they should explain the situation to the public. So Kate and Mindy go to a television network where they meet some senior news anchors. The anchors tell them that they must present everything in a fun and entertaining way so people do not get scared. In reality, the media people are not taking the threat seriously either. They're more interested in getting high ratings for their show, wanting the interview to be entertaining. They even tell Kate and Mindy that they will first train them on how to present the news properly. Hearing this makes them angry, but they have no other option. Now, they have to go live and tell the world that a comet is heading toward Earth and could wipe out the entire planet. But Mindy's condition starts getting worse because of the pressure. Soon the live program begins. 2 anchors are sitting in front of them and asking questions. Mindy explains that humanity has only 6 months left and that everyone must act immediately if they want to save Earth. But the anchors treat the situation like a joke. Seeing this, Kate loses her temper. She starts shouting that the world is about to end, that they only have 6 months left, and then she breaks down crying before walking off the set. Meanwhile, Professor Mindy stays on the show and keeps trying to explain the danger. Instead of taking the warning seriously, the public starts mocking Kate. People make fun of her all over social media. A short time later, an official NASA report is released claiming that there is no comet heading toward Earth. This makes Professor Mindy furious. He is convinced that whoever wrote the report is not even qualified in astronomy. In reality, everyone is working with the government. Nobody is taking their warnings seriously. More days pass. The news is now completely focused on the president because a scandalous video involving her has been leaked. Everywhere people are talking about that controversy. Nobody is discussing the comet anymore, and nobody is taking the scientists seriously. Then one day, FBI agents suddenly pick up Kate, Mindy, and Teddy and bring them to the White House. The president is waiting for them there. She tells them that their comet theory is completely correct. She also says that she has fired the head of NASA and now wants them to continue researching the comet and inform the public about it. Kate immediately understands why the president has changed her attitude. The scandal video had damaged her reputation, and people everywhere were mocking her. To shift public attention away from the scandal, she now wants to make the comet the biggest news story in the country. Now the 3 of them are officially allowed to work on the mission. They come up with a plan to destroy the comet and space itself by launching nuclear missiles at it before it reaches Earth. Soon every news channel is discussing the comet. Professor Mindy is being praised everywhere, and Kate is also receiving attention, although not as much. Mindy starts giving numerous interviews. During this time, he also begins an affair with a news anchor named Bree. Eventually, the day arrives when the missiles are supposed to be launched. The nuclear missiles are sent into space to destroy the comet. But at that moment, a businessman named Peter arrives. Peter is the person funding the president's election campaign. He takes the president into a private room for a discussion. When the president returns, all the missiles carrying the nuclear warheads are suddenly ordered to abort the mission. The mission has been canceled. Seeing this, Professor Mindy and Kate are furious. When they oppose the decision, all three of them are locked inside a room. After some time, the president's son Jason arrives and takes Mindy to meet the president. Peter is also present in the meeting. Peter explains that geologists have discovered that the comet is filled with extremely valuable elements that do not exist on Earth. He then presents his plan. When the comet enters Earth's orbit, a fleet of specially designed drones will attach themselves to it. The drones will drill into the comet and place explosive devices inside it. The explosion will break the comet into smaller pieces. Afterward, the same drones will guide those fragments into the Pacific Ocean. According to Peter, this plan will generate trillions of dollars and push their technology far ahead of anything that currently exists. Hearing all this makes Mindy furious. After leaving the meeting, he goes to a bar and tells Kate and Teddy everything. He explains that the government is intentionally allowing the comet to enter Earth's orbit and is putting the entire planet at risk just for money. While they're talking, some people nearby ask them about the comet. Kate tells them the complete truth. She reveals how the government is allowing the comet to approach Earth because of greed and profit. As soon as this information spreads throughout the city, people begin protesting and causing unrest. Because of this, the FBI arrests Kate, accusing her of spreading panic and rumors among the public. The FBI tells Kate that she must sign some papers and agree that she will never discuss the comet again. Otherwise, she will spend the rest of her life in prison. With no other choice, Kate signs the papers. Afterward, she leaves. Meanwhile, the news channels begin spreading the message that the fragments of the comet contain extremely valuable resources and that the project will create countless new jobs. Kate then goes to her parents' house, but her parents refuse to let her inside. They tell her that the Comet project will create employment opportunities for people like them. They believe the government is doing something good and accuse Kate of opposing it. They even tell her that they no longer want any relationship with her. Kate leaves. She eventually starts working at a supermarket. There, she becomes good friends with a young man named Yule. On the other side, Mindy visits the businessman Peter, the man planning to break apart the comet using drones. Peter shows him the technology behind the project. After seeing it, Mindy tells him that the entire plan is going to fail because the drones are not reliable enough to handle an object as massive as the comet. Peter does not like hearing that. He threatens Mindy and warns him that if he tells anyone about these concerns, he will make sure his life is ruined forever. Later, Mindy is invited for another live interview. During the show, he is asked manipulative questions. Eventually, he loses his temper. He begins shouting that the world is about to end and asks why nobody understands the seriousness of the situation. He tells everyone that humanity is running out of time and that people need to open their eyes because the government is playing with their lives. But as soon as the interview ends, the FBI arrests him as well. After warning him, they release him. Meanwhile, Kate is now spending time with her boyfriend Yule. The two are lying on a rooftop together where they can clearly see the comet with their own eyes. At the same time, Mindy is on his way home. He also stops and looks up at the comet in the sky. Realizing how close it has become, he quickly calls Kate and tells her to come meet him as soon as possible. By now, many people around the world have started opposing the government's decision. However, the president continues convincing the public to trust her. She keeps claiming that the comet will bring enormous benefits to humanity. We then see Teddy meeting with Mindy and Kate. He informs them that Russia, China, and India have been removed from the project. Originally, they were supposed to share in the profits from the comet. Because of this, those countries launched their own mission to destroy the comet. However, their mission completely failed. Now it appears that even the American mission is beginning to fall apart as well. Professor Mindy realizes that the comet can no longer be stopped. So he takes Kate and her boyfriend Yule to his house. Everyone gathers there. Mindy is worried that his wife will still be angry with him because of his affair with the news anchor. However, she has already forgiven him. She also never told their sons about what happened. Meanwhile, Peter and the president launch their mission. Their drones reach the comet and begin trying to place bombs inside it. But one after another, all of the drones start getting destroyed. The president quickly realizes that the mission has failed. Peter is terrified as well. The two quietly leave the area. The rest of the mission crew also understands that everything is over. Some go to see their wives one last time, some go to see their children, and others rush to spend their final moments with their families. Back at Mindy's house, Teddy has also arrived. Everyone knows that this will be their last dinner together. Then Mindy receives a call from the president. She's already aboard a spaceship. She admits that Mindy was right and that the mission has failed. She explains that they are leaving Earth and traveling to the nearest habitable planet, one that has been studied for a long time and can support life. She tells Mindy that there are still 2 empty seats on the ship and invites him to come with them. But Mindy refuses. He says that he wants to spend the last moments of his life with his family and the people he loves. The president's son, Jason, is not on the ship. The president accidentally forgot him behind, which leaves him heartbroken. Now, the comet is about to hit Earth. At Mindy's house, everyone holds each other's hands. His family and friends sit together as the final moments arrive. Soon, the comet crashes into Earth. Forests, trees, plants, and entire cities begin disappearing. People everywhere watch in terror as death approaches. Within moments, the entire planet is destroyed. Time passes. Then the story jumps forward 22,740 years into the future. We see another planet that looks very similar to Earth. It has oxygen and lush greenery everywhere. Peter, the president, and many other survivors step out onto the planet. As they explore, the president notices a beautiful creature called a brontorok. It looks peaceful and majestic, but the moment she approaches it, the creature suddenly attacks and eats her. Then many more creatures appear. Together, they begin hunting all of the humans. Once again, humanity is wiped out. After that, we return to Earth at the moment after the comet impact. Everyone assumes that no one survived. But beneath the ruins of a destroyed building, Jason emerges alive. Looking around at the empty world, he says, "I am the last human on Earth." And with that, the movie comes to an end.